role in Peter Chan's life.
My grandfather stays in Tiong Bahru Estate, and we used to come over here, which is a place which we call the Kampong Bahru Railway Yard. Behind me is our playground in those days in 1960. My cousins and I, we come here and play.
Peter's enduring fascination with the Kampong Bahru Railway Yard continues to this very day. Now, at age 57, he owns a huge collection of more than 1,000 pieces of railway photographs. Peter is using these photos to write his memoirs in the form of picture stories which his children will inherit when he passes on. For now, these stories are kept for his own indulgence.
It is true I go to great lengths and distances to collect photographs on train. If I had been to that railway station and I had stood at a certain spot, I would try my best to collect a certain photograph of that spot that I stood in the railway station.
In 2010, Peter and his friends returned to one of the spots they visited during their train getaway to Hajai in Thailand. That was when they were still serving their national service in the army.
Our kind of friendship was a bit different. We developed it on the train when we were still young. Today we are all in our 50s. We still kept up with the relationship, and we never forgotten the interesting things that we did on the train.
As one of his most memorable moments in life, this incident has made its way into Peter's memoirs. Writing his memoirs is a complex, soul-searching journey of self-discovery. And the photographs Peter collects will give future readers a visual sense of the moment in time he's describing. They also help him document the drastic developments Kampong Bahru has undergone over the last 60 years.
When I came to this place here as a child in the early 60s, a couple of things still stand to this very day. One of them is actually the FMS running bungalow behind me, but the power station in front of that bungalow is very new. It's probably built in the 1980s. So are those two blocks of flats behind me.
There's one other change which affects Peter right now. With photography moving towards digital form, collecting old photo prints will become more challenging. Recently, he received film negatives that are 10 by 12 centimeters. He took several days to locate a photo laboratory that's able to develop these irregular-sized negatives. And that's not the only hurdle he had to overcome.
My latest collection of evidence-based photographs come from Portsmouth in England. It comes from the collection, the personal collection of a 90-year-old English gentleman. He would only part with his collection provided I get someone who I come personally to England to collect it from him. Fortunately, I have a very good friend who lives in London who was willing to travel down to Portsmouth, driving his own car, pick up that nice collection of photos.
While Peter uses his photographs to write his memoirs, 25-year-old Haziq Hamidun's forte is stringing stories with words. Since 2005, he stands as the only Singapore correspondent for the Railway Gazette International, a railway magazine based in Britain. He was approached by the magazine's editor to supply them with a photo of a newly purchased locomotive from KTM. He sent them the photo, and the rest is history. Currently, this interactive media informatics student writes up to 4 articles a month.
I wanted to give it a try because the magazine is purely on railways and it's really something awesome.
Haziq's knowledge in trains didn't happen by accident. Like most train enthusiasts, he fell in love with trains at first sight.
Trains fascinate me since I was young, at about 6 years old. I was travelling back to my dad's hometown in Malaysia. It was at Tanjung Pagar railway station. So I was naughty at that time. I went to venture down the platform and I saw this big machine and its rumbling sound is so exciting.
Besides writing for the British Gazette, Haziq also uploads the sounds and sights of his personal videos and photographs regularly on the forum pages of the KTM Railway Fan Club's website. For the last 6 years, his contributions have kept members up to speed with KTM's latest developments. To the uninitiated, all trains look almost identical. But to a fervent train spotter like Haziq, each local moves and breathes differently.
Different classes of locomotive have different chassis, different body, and different manufacturer. For example, the 24 class is much more rumbling sound, and 25 class is also a bit whining sound, and the 26 class is much more quieter. It's a new generation of locomotive, and they try to cut down the noise level.
Trains, to Haziq, are more than just modern marvels of cold machinery. They've helped him find a meaningful connection with people from all walks of life and kept him basking in the warmth of lasting friendship.
What I enjoy most about Trainspotting is the bonding with the transporters, with the station staff, with the railway staff. The bond is like friends. Because from strangers, you approach them, then from there you become friends.
Call them train spotters, train modelers, or train enthusiasts. Whatever their label, their age, or nationality, they have one thing in common: their somewhat quirky love for locomotives. Their passion for KTM railways and trains runs so deep that the closing of the 80-year-old Tanjung Pagar station and the 26-kilometer rail track in Singapore has fueled their zeal even more. Nothing in this world will stop them from seeking their real adventures and continuing their journey beyond.